Hello, my name is Margot Ritchie. I'm a sister of St. Joseph. And today I want to share with you some reflections that I've been having over the past while about deep listening. You know, one of the things I remember from many, many decades ago, some of us were learning how to deal with conflict and how to listen in situations. And so one of the almost rote techniques was to say, when you say this, I feel that. And I remember being at many gatherings with friends where we would kind of laugh at that statement because it had become such a technique. But today I want to talk about something more than just technique. I'm so aware that when I listen to TV and hear interviews with leaders, I could give their answer before they even speak a word. It's like we have become so used to same old, same old. And I think one of the experiences that has been most formative for me is this course that I'm doing online with 1,400 other people around the planet. And it's on healing collective trauma. So we have people from Nigeria, from Poland, from Australia, from South Africa, and even a few from Canada. And what I hear on the course, because when people speak, they get spotlighted. And I realize that what they are saying, obviously we share some things in common, and it is crystal clear that my daily experience is not their daily experience. But we get to take in visually the different experiences of another. I think listening is so important. It sounds like such a soft skill or a soft capacity to meet all the problems that we're facing today. But I think actually the opposite is quite true. There are voices that simply need to be heard in our culture right now. We've seen disruptions and eruptions of both Black Lives Matter, Indigenous Lives Matter. We've heard the voices of the earth kind of disrupting, literally, insisting on our attention. And so I think actually listening is part of a spiritual practice. It's developing the capacity to take in much more than we think we know. It helps move us to a different place. And so, while of course, listening is important with our coworkers. I mean, we don't just zoom to an abstract global level. We actually walk around every day with the same people we meet at our work, with our intimate partners. And I want to say deep listening also affects our relationship with the divine, developing that capacity to actually hear something new. I think deep listening is actually one of the most radical acts that we can offer at this time in our culture. I know that it's true that policies and structures and systems need to be changed. That must happen. And I think somehow this deep listening to imagine something new is the root that can give rise to all of those things. Justice is ultimately about that capacity to imagine and create this more beautiful world that we all know is possible. You know, what I come to realize, first of all, in my own personal life, as I hear other experiences, is that sometimes my own world can become so crammed with what I think I know, with the experience that I bring with me, with what is even unconscious within me. Now, if that happens in me personally, I know that it happens to us as a culture. And so really deep listening creates the possibility for something new to emerge. It leaves us not only trapped in the past, it opens the possibility that we could together create a new future. And I think the best image for right now is not so much of an actor on a stage, you know, and you have the main actor and everybody else are the supporting actors. I don't think that kind of an image works in our world today. I think really the image is of an ecosystem where there actually is movement, where there actually is interplay. There is no center, actually, or if there is a center, it moves in and then moves out again, where we can be influenced by others. So, as I've been speaking, I realize that's a lot to put on listening. It's going to now create a new world. But ultimately, I believe that that is true, that our capacity to take in experiences of others will, over time, probably not in my lifetime, probably not in your lifetime, but it has the capacity to create something new together. And it's a capacity that we can all develop and grow in. And I want to say that this is the spiritual call of our time.